I, M24, found out my daughter isn't mine and I'm soon to wed my fiance, 25F. I am not op. Original post by you, throw her a peace of mind in our relationship advice. An NBSP. I, M24, found out my daughter isn't mine and I'm soon to wed my fiance, 25F. The 16th of December 2019. About a month ago an old friend of my fiance came and told me my daughter might not be mine. 1 year. She told me Sarah, fiance, fake name, confessed to her shortly after finding out she was pregnant that it might not be mine because at the time she had been sleeping with one other guy. Now that we are going to get married soon, she just couldn't keep this to herself and felt the need to tell me. Well, I obviously didn't take the news well, because everything she said contradicted the person I knew for 5 years. Faithful, honest and loving. However, that doubt didn't go away and I ended up going through with a paternity test. I'm not her father. As you can imagine, has broken my heart. I'm still coming to terms to the news. It explains why she suddenly got pregnant, despite the protection I was using. But I just assume things happen and it is what it is. Abortion was out of the question. At this point, I'm not sure where to go in life. The wedding is 2 weeks away at this point. Family is coming. Everything is paid for. My daughter, who I love, turns out isn't mine at all and I've been raising someone else's kid. I'm about to marry a woman who I can't bring myself to look at anymore. I'm at a loss. I'm not sure what advice Reddit can offer, but I don't know who else to turn to. Edit. Thank you for all the advice. Good and bad. Different perspectives offer some insight as to what I can do. Even the ones that didn't help pointed out what I shouldn't do. All I know is, I have loved this woman and her family. The last thing I want is a nuclear option. There's a lot to consider. I have 2 weeks at this point to decide what I want to do. I'm heartbroken. I don't want to necessarily think with my emotions alone. Rather think this through as I make another of my large life choices. I am currently waiting on the results of a second paternity test just to confirm the results of the first one before I make any kind of jump. If you still have any additional advice to offer, offer away. I'm still catching up on messages. There's so many and I'm taking my time to reflect on each one. An NBSP. Update. I, M24, found out my daughter isn't mine and I'm soon to wed my fiance, 25F. https www.reddit.com/r/relationshipadvice/comments/emzdf/updatetime24 found out my daughter isn't mine and the 23rd of December 2019. I'm sure people would like an update and a somewhat of a conclusion to this hurdle in my life. But here's what happened. I read everyone's advice, and a lot of it was very helpful, while others, not so much. Some going as far as to consider murder. Yeah, not on the table. But for those that did offer genuine advice, thank you. After getting the same result with the second paternity test, I talked to Sarah, and a lot emotions rolled out. How could an old friend betray me? I wasn't sure if it was or wasn't yours. I'm sorry. How could you not trust me? She was all over the place. After she calmed down, I got a few more answers out of her. Turns out it wasn't one guy she was sleeping with, rather a total of 3. And they wore protection too. But someone got unlucky and knocked her up. At this point, I should have been furious. But somehow, that didn't happen. I had grown numb to the whole situation. So yeah, I decided I don't want to go through with this marriage and put everything on hold. I plan to eventually cancel everything. I called my parents and explained what was going on. They were shocked. Then her parents. Same reaction. I was surprised with how understanding they were to the whole situation. Like I said, they're great people. Their reaction only reinforced this. Luckily, The wedding was within driving distance from all attendees, 8 hours being the longest drive. The amount of fallout was minimal. Apart from Mai and her parents, no one else knows what's really going on other than the wedding is delayed. Regarding my daughter, I've come to terms that she's not mine, and any feelings I have towards her were built on a lie. It's not too late to start over. She's still young. 1 year. She won't remember me. As painful as it is, I can't see my life continuing with her. So to wrap things up, I've moved out for the time being to have space. My parents said I could stay with them until I can sort things out. Waiting on the results of an STD test. Should be coming in tomorrow. I've talked to a lawyer and she said it's a pretty messy situation. But if we can find out who the father is, it could very much help my case. I don't know any of the possible fathers, but her friend instantly knew 2 of the names. As for the third, she wasn't sure, but knew someone who might. So this is where I am. Still not sure where things will go and what will happen, but I can only hope for the best. Life sometimes takes a dump on you, but you don't realize it till one person spills the beans. Thanks Reddit for the help. I wish I could tell you I'm looking forward to a happy ending, but it's too soon to be sure of anything. An NBSP. Reminder, I am not the original poster. The irony of a cheater asking, "How could you not trust me?" is just something. I'm middle-aged, but I can't imagine having the energy to sleep with 4 different partners. The lies, the coordination, the lack of sleep. No thanks. That friend did him a solid. This feels like it needs another update. I hope this guy is doing okay. Phew. Glad the wedding got cancelled. This is 100% how you get a Mamma Mia situation. I find it hilarious and devastating at the same time that it's always the relationships and partners that are portrayed as perfect without a flaw are the ones that turn out to be the most rotten ones. Makes you a bit paranoid when you are in such a seemingly perfect relationship yourself. Better to find out now than in 18 years. I'm glad the friend eventually came forward, but I don't understand why she didn't do so before the child was born. There is impact to a 1-year-old when they lose a parent, even if not the primary caregiver. Now 2 innocent people are grieving the loss of one of the strongest bonds you can have with another human being. Oop will carry this always. And it's been shown that children this young grieve. The trauma manifests itself differently and she won't understand if she experiences intrusive thought, nightmares, attachment issues, etc. It sounds like there are stable, individual support systems for both Oop and baby. So I'm hoping for the best. This is such an awful thing to go through. I can't imagine. People like OOP's ex will never fully feel the impact of the pain they cause, because they just blame everyone else. But eventually people leave them, and hopefully heal, while the toxic person continues to poison their own life. She can continue to suck several eggs. Edit to add an O to Oop. The fact Oop has to sort out the order of busted, defective condoms that were used while she cheated on him to avoid paying child support is such a goddamn slap in the face. Paternity fraud needs to be taken more seriously. Like in France, it's illegal to see if your child is even yours. Ridiculous it even got to that point. Poor Oop. He thought he had a lovely daughter and a loving, faithful fiance, and he had none of it at all. The fiance really messed this up badly. I sure hope Oop has gotten his life back together and is happy now. Heartbroken for Oop. I couldn't imagine bonding with a child to find out they are not yours. I know step-parents bond with children, but not when you were under the impression the child was biologically yours and be told they aren't. I just couldn't imagine coming back from that with the ability to trust another person ever. I hope Oop has managed to heal from this. I feel sad for the daughter. My daughter was very attached to me by age 1 and would have been devastated if I just disappeared. And it wouldn't be possible to explain it to her. Damn. This is why I never leave my house. Not worth it. If the paternity test proves he wasn't the father, is he obligated to pay child support even after the fact? I will never understand how someone can look someone else in the face, say they love them, then go and cheat on them. Glad someone had the nerve to tell him the truth before they married. After she calmed down, I got a few more answers out of her. Turns out it wasn't one guy she was sleeping with, rather a total of 3. Less than sound of record scratching. What? I can maybe understand, forgive one guy. But 3? Does ex-Fiance even know which one is the real father? I think Oop dodged a bullet. What's the lawyers for? When you hear about situations like this, how can you even trust someone?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.